like the feeling of pulling the right hand up. Maybe you do. It's something to experiment with. But I'm going to use the index finger on my trail hand, which is my right hand. And I'm actually going to use the same MCP joint, the same index finger on my lead hand, which would be my left hand. So when I have the club, right, and I'm going to push back because I'm trying to work on getting, slightly better wrist conditions up here. Off the bat, and it's really in this from off the ball to hip height. This is where you want to be, somewhere in this area, okay? Once you get to here, the club will just stand up, right? But I'm going to use my right hand to counter, and I'm going to use my left hand to counter. So it's like my left and right hand are almost duking it out. But it's even pressure. You don't want one of them to win. You want basically this equal amount of pressure so that the club head actually doesn't move, right? So pushing and countering with my left hand, kind of pulling, but really it's like my right hand is along for the ride. But I'm still countering with my index finger in particular, okay? So counter, 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 counter. Look where I land. Now the countering is what actually keeps the club out, the club head outside and the grip moving in, right? So you can just try it in the mirror, okay? Even if you want to exaggerate, you don't want to, I would highly recommend not getting into a position like this where it's super shut and you're really twisting your hands, right? But to just kind of show yourself in the mirror, right? We have our setup, right? So it's a counter. And when you counter with the index fingers, you'll actually feel these three fingers want to grip the club a little bit more. But it's not, you're not having a ton of hand, palm pressure. It's really in your fingers, right? So counter, 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 counter. And you'll notice that when you counter, the club does not want to flap over. And you'll also notice that maybe your body dynamics work a little bit better because the club isn't, flying all over the place, right? So again, in short,